Greetings, salutations, and welcome to SportsLook, the television sports program for the High Plains of West Texas and eastern New Mexico. My name is Don Elder, and it's my privilege this year to be the host of SportsLook, and it's an honor for me to have as my very first guest the athletic director of Eastern New Mexico University, Dr. Jeff Geiser. And Dr. Geiser, welcome to SportsLook.
Well, Doc, I too am honored. I mean, I'm in the presence of a New Mexico Hall of Fame inductee. Congratulations on your recent accolades and recognition by the Lone Star Conference, and to be invited to be on your very first Sport Look show. I'm extremely honored. So thanks for the invite.
Well, Dr. Geiser, as I've been telling everybody since I found out that I won the award, it's not actually me that won the award. It's the student athletes from Eastern New Mexico that won the award. I simply put words to their exploits.
And humility is another one of your traits that I admire about you, Doc. You can take some credit for, I enjoy listening to you on the radio. You bring such an element, your historical perspective, your trivial perspective. You really make it interesting to listen. So we're fortunate to have you involved.
Well, speaking of credit due to you. Of course, Mike McGuire, my good friend, was the athletic director, decided to step down. You applied for the job. What was it about Eastern New Mexico University that intrigued you enough to make the application?
Well, number one, it's a close proximity to where I was born and raised in the state of Colorado. I spent my career in Colorado and retired from up there. And so I've always felt, living in Alamos, Colorado, we're 35 miles from the New Mexico border. So it was close. But then and I've competed against Eastern as a coach when I was at Adams State. We played Eastern, and I was always intrigued with Eastern New Mexico University. But the key, Doc, when I started looking into this situation were the people. The people here have a sincere, genuine love of the university. They're very, shoot from the hip type of people, and they've been wonderful. My 3 years here at Eastern have just been a great experience. So it'd be that, and feel like we're heading in the right direction. When I came in, there was obviously I had a list of 101 things they didn't tell me during the interview. That thing grew to about 452 things. But how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, and we're eating that elephant one bite at a time. We're chipping away at it, and feel like we're headed in the right direction.
Well, we were certainly headed in the right direction on Friday. We were over in Dallas. We got a chance to see the Greyhounds play on the big stage at Cowboys Stadium, and kudos to you, everybody involved in putting on that show. And we've actually got some highlights, so why don't we roll the film, as we say, and why don't you walk us through what we're going to see?
You bet, you bet. The Taj Mahal of stadiums in the world, Doc.
Indeed, it was.
Yeah, what an experience, and the Greyhound Sound Band just did a remarkable job. And our spirit squad here on the sidelines.
Good. Give a shout out to Sarah Hill, doing a great job with that.
We had a great crowd, a great turnout, not only for the game but for our alumni events. Here's the spirit squad leading the team out onto the field, and what a great venue. And of course, then we had the opportunity to run an ad on the giant screen there for Eastern New Mexico University, and the folks here at IT helped put that together. More shots of the band and the dance team performing at halftime. I think they actually did a little better than the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, don't you, Don?
I think they're at least as lovely.
You bet. And once again, the Greyhound Sound and then, of course, Jerry's World.
Well, it was Greyhounds World on Friday, and congratulations to everybody associated with the Greyhounds.
Well, we got to throw, you say kudos to myself, but I think Stan Wagner, our commissioner of the Lone Star Conference, I can't say enough about him. This was his vision. He went to the Cowboys organization and got them to buy in for the festival. It was the second year. We hope there's going to be a third year, but that'll remain to be seen. A lot of it depends on just did we make money on the deal. The Cowboys, I believe, gave us $200,000 is what they charged for the event, and then you take all the ticket sales and everything we made revenue off of, and did we end up making revenue on the festival? So it'll remain to be seen, but still, Stan Wagner, and I can't compliment him and his staff enough for making that a reality. Are not only for the teams, but everybody affiliated, the fans, the band, the alumni, just the whole event was just a tremendous, tremendous experience. Something, no matter what the score, I know we won, but irregardless, it's something that our people will remember the rest of their lives that they got a chance to play a football game in Cowboy Stadium. And Doc, you realize we're the only Division II conference in the country that can say that?
Absolutely.
And there's not a lot of, there's some even Division I conferences that can't say they have an opportunity like that. So we're proud of the Lone Star. We believe in what the Lone Star is all about. And again, that's reflective on the commissioner, Stan Wagner.
Well, Dr. Geiser, we enjoyed the facility at Dallas Cowboys Stadium, but there's some nice facilities that Eastern New Mexico University has, and a couple of them getting facelifts, and our crew went out and filmed some of the improvements, so why don't we show that reel, and why don't you walk us through what's going on?
Yeah, sounds good. You know, the Greyhound Arena has got you know, the roof, as you can see, this is the inside of the arena. What you see here was the false ceiling, which we took it out. Ted Ferris, the director of physical plants, ideas, well, let's paint that infrastructure black, and then it's all new lighting, and it's really made a difference. People are going to walk in there, and they're not going to recognize. Of course, we have our corporate partners who, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to offer the scholarships we're offering. Again, new lights, LED lights. It's much brighter in there now. Doc, again, when you go in the first time, you're going to see an appreciable difference. But I really think Ted Ferris did a great job. Plus, it saved us about $200,000 not having to put that false ceiling in there. And also, you know, in that false ceiling was where the asbestos was, so we got the asbestos abated as well. And so this is more the ventilation in there and so forth. But also AC heating units. This is our new baseball seating where we got 312 chairback seats that will be available to our bench club member and reserve seating. We also have provided, you'll see here the netting here in a second for the backstop, and actually a press box. Doc, can you believe it? You're not going to have to call. There's the new netting with the backstop there, and you get there'll be another shot here in a minute. But Doc, as I was saying, you know, in the past you've called games from first baseline in a storage shed. Those days are gone, Doc. And
my neck thanks you.
But you'll actually be able to see if the ball was outside. I don't know how in the heck you were able to do that ball was outside. I don't know how you were doing that.
I fudged a little.
I know you fudged a lot. But there's your new press box. It'll be up here on top, and so you'll have a much better vantage point. And we also are getting a press box for the softball facility too. These are all made possible. You can see behind the netting here. You watch a game behind the nettings. It's a totally different experience. This money comes from Dr. Gamble. And I can't thank President Gamble enough for stepping up the plate, recognizing that we have to make some improvements in our facilities. And I thank him on behalf of our student athletes and our coaches.
Well, Dr. Geiser, well, we've got about a minute, I would imagine, left, or 2 minutes actually. I know that a lot of this wouldn't be possible if it weren't for the ENMU Bench Club. And if people are interested in Bench Club and want to know more about it or would like to become a member, how can they go about finding info?
Well, obviously, you go to the website. There's information at goeasternathletics.com. Call the office at 562-2153. Doc, we're so proud of what the Bench Club and our corporate partners are doing for us. This year, we will have appropriated $48,000 in scholarships to student athletes so they can realize their dream of achieving a college education. So proud of that. And that's something that we've been able to do from our fundraising efforts. And so I appeal to the people out there that if they're interested, this money is going to good causes. It allows us to provide things for our student athletes that our budgets just don't allow us to do, but more importantly, it's those scholarships. And we need to grow that scholarship, that fund even greater. So I appeal to people to consider joining Bench Club. It is a tax. We are part of a 501c3 foundation. There is a tax deductibility there, but more importantly, it helps young men and women achieve their dream of getting a college education and playing intercollegiate sports.
Well, Dr. Geiser, thank you so much for being my first guest as the host of SportsLook. I hope it won't be the last.
Well, I hope I get an invite, or revite. But Doc, I wish you best of luck. They certainly got the right person in here to take over, and I wish you best luck with your show.
Thank you, Dr. Geiser. And not only am I a new feature on SportsLook, but we've also got another film feature that's brand new. We've got two great college students that are getting their degrees in comm. They've gone out in the local area. They filmed some high school highlights, and we're going to show it to the audience right now.
Welcome to High School Spotlight. I'm Matt Funk along with Josh Bell and Gallagher. We are talking high school football this week following week 3. The Texaco Wolverines hosted the Portales Rams on Friday night. Here's quarterback Daniel Sanchez finding Osvaldo Navarrete. Down the right side, he would fumble, recovered by Texaco.
This is a little bit of a confusing game. Texaco, gameplay being played in Texaco. Portales actually the home team because of some lighting issues at Blackwater Draw.
Already up 7-0, Rollin Harris finds Adrian Gomez down the sideline for a big gain. Sets them up inside the 10. They would follow it up with a Shea Harrison rushing touchdown. That would put the Wolverines up 13-0 early in the second quarter.
Shea Harrison, the main cog for the Texaco offense, 162 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns.
Definitely, and turnovers were definitely the key for the Rams. Here's Sanchez finding Marcus Lucero, who fumbles and also is recovered by Texaco. That was one of 3 turnovers in the first half, and that would set up another Harrison touchdown, putting Texaco up 21-0.
Tough to get going when you keep handing the ball the other team the ball.
Definitely, that has been a little bit of an issue for the Rams. They've struggled with turnovers, but they bounced back in this one. They would stay in it as Sanchez here on a bobbled snap picks it up, throws to the sideline to Cruz Belden for a nice gain, setting up a first down here as time runs down in the first half. Sanchez rolls to his left and he finds Jacob Arenada in the end zone for a touchdown, but the Wolverines were just too much as they go on to win 35-23, improving to 3-0 on this season. We will take a look at the rankings for this week.
We'll start at 5A. Las Cruces leads the land with an undefeated record. La Cueva in at 2. Manzano, another Albuquerque team, at 3. Rio Rancho at 4. And then the Clovis Wildcats at 5. Carlsbad is also on the list at 9.
In Class 4A, Roswell Goddard is number 1. Artesia number 2. Both those teams undefeated. Las Lunas number 3. Aztec, despite 2 early season losses, still number 4. And Belen squeaks into the top 5 after defeating Moriarty 34-33 in overtime.
In 3A, St. Michael's out of Santa Fe leads the list. Silver City in at 2, Lovington at 3, Ruidoso at 4, and Taos with an undefeated record in at 5. Portales, the Rams, are in at 10.
In Class 2A, Santa Rosa, who has been very impressive first 3 weeks, at top at 3-0. Eunice number 2, Texaco number 3, Tucumcari 4, and Tularosa rounds out the top 5. Eunice and Texaco meet on Friday night.
And in 1A, Escalante is at 1, Fort Sumner 2, McCurdy 3, Hagerman 4, and Jow is in at 5.
Some notable upcoming games for Week 4. Artesia will be hosting Deming in a matchup of top 10 4A schools at the Bulldog Bowl. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. Friday night.
In 8-man football, Tatum's going to be taking on Manal in Tatum at 7 p.m.
Texaco will be hosting Eunice Friday night. Kickoff is also set for 7 p.m.
A big one in Roswell at the Wool Bowl. Goddard will be taking on Belen. Those two are top 5 teams. Goddard at 1 and Belen at 5 at 4 in 4A.
Carlsbad looking to bounce back after a tough loss this week. They host Alamogordo on Friday night at 7 p.m.
And to wrap it up, Cleveland's going to be hosting Clovis. These are top 10 schools in 5A. That's going to be at 7 p.m. in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. And speaking of the Clovis Wildcats, we'd like to send out a congratulations to Coach Roanhouse, who got his 311th career win August 31st. Here's some highlights from that game versus Capital. To start off, here's Cordell Tyndall. He passed on the sideline to Marshall Wynn, completed. But the big guy in this game was Kamal Cass. Here he is with a 39-yard touchdown run.
He was amazing, Josh.